go.
Welcome to Flow Design Architects, a company that works with you and for you.
Trabalhando em Flow Design Architects.
欢迎来到 Flow 设计工作室。
Karibu Flow Design Architects, kampuni inayofanya kazi na wewe na kwa ajili yako.
Bienvenidos a Flow Design Architects, una compañía que trabaja para ti y por ti.
All right, so now we're driving to one of our amazing projects, one of the many amazing projects we've done. This is located in Revere, Massachusetts, and it's a townhouse, a duplex townhouses, unlike anything you will ever see in your life. The owner came to us with a very bold and clear picture of what they wanted, and we went through a design process unlike any other. Many iterations, many designs, and his claim was that they were not bold enough, they were not strong enough, which is something you don't get, right? Many owners think that we are very modernist, very over designing, and this one was a different story. He wanted us to really take advantage of the site. But I must go back though before we go into the actual project. How did we meet? So owner Abdel called me out of the blue, saw our work in our website, and said, I want to work with you. Showed me one of his previous projects, and I was already sold as soon as I saw it. He purchased a lot in Revere, and we did an initial consultation to go take a look at that lot. Turns out that once we looked into the history of the lot and the dimensions of the lot, it was a non-buildable lot. And I guess that's something for people to learn. You have to be careful what you buy. Always call an architect to tell you whether, at least to give you a green light or yellow light, not a red light, whether you should buy that lot. So he couldn't develop that lot. But he's like, don't worry, Darwin, we're going to work together. And I'm like, okay. So a couple months go by, and he calls me again and says, I have a lot now, and he's ready to go. Sends me some record drawings, record plans. It was already approved for development. He already had some sort of footprint for developments, and we got to work. We put together a contract, put together a timeline, and and it was really ambitious, like bold and ambitious, because we didn't know how serious he was, but every day we got more reassurance that this project was going to happen. Oftentimes we get projects that people aren't really that serious about it, or they don't really pay attention, they don't really follow through. So this one was for sure the real deal. Second lot was purchased, ready to go. We finished our construction documents within about a month and a half. Hired a peer structural reviewer because he believed the structure was the most important thing for any building. So that building is over-engineered in every way, so that the owners of that property, when people purchased it, felt good, and he as a developer felt good. So Abdel put structure above everything, for sure. The peer reviewer made some amendments to the drawings and got submitted, got approved. Drawings were finished in November. A permit was issued in December. That was a record. That was a record sort of permitting process. Oftentimes it takes months, sometimes even years to get a permit. We use JFP sprinkles engineers as the consultants for the sprinkle, because in Revere, even though it's a two-family, which oftentimes is not required to be sprinkled, this one needed to be sprinkled. And the team that worked on it too was a very interesting team. It was a hybrid between Julio Gutierrez, our director of design, and Yvonne Perez, one of our architectural designers at the time. And Julio was really intrigued with the interior, and we did an internal competition about the exterior. And the winning competition exterior was Yvonne Paris, so that was a good one. We do things like that sometimes so that we can have fun, right? With flow. And also because the owner wasn't really liking some of the design options we first came up with. And construction began right away. Foundations were being poured. They took a window of a good weather here in New England to pour concrete, where they have, I think it was like 50 degrees in December. That's not common at all either. And that took place. So this property is very dear to me as the principal in charge of the project, because it represents a new kind of architecture, a new kind of design. It also represents a new kind of partnership with owners and developers, and by far one of the smoothest projects. There was not many hiccups, there were not many calls back and forth or anything like that. It was really smooth, really straightforward, and I think I have to give it back to the owner, because he was very easygoing with us. And Flo is always very understanding of everybody's conditions and desires, right? So the project features a lot of different things that we're going to see, and you probably already have seen some of that in our YouTube channel, because we have a design presentation on the project. We have a construction process video that you should follow and watch, where we go through everything. So you're gonna be able to compare what happened versus what was designed versus how it was built. And I think there's a lot to be said to it, and a lot to be learned about architecture, design, and the stories that live within the project. We understand your projects and your properties are actually your biggest investment. And because of that, we take it very seriously. Flow Design was founded in 2017 as a design office that thought of creating a new kind of office, an office that cares about diversity in the field of architecture, but also in how that diversity can be leveraged to benefit you as a client and also our communities. Most of our projects are created by a diverse team from all over the world, and although our office is relatively small, we create big projects and try to create big ideas. Welcome to Flow Design Architects.
Welcome to Flow Design Architects, a company that works with you for you. Thank you for watching.